So what if somebody actually chooses cremation instead of burial? Could you walk us through that process?
Absolutely, and really there's not a lot of difference if the family chooses to have a visitation or viewing. When a loved one is brought into the facility, in most cases they're placed under refrigeration, just like that in a hospital. The decision is then made if there's going to be a viewing for the family to say goodbye to their loved one one last time. Normally that is done in a very quick turnaround time. The human body will naturally go through changes, and it's important, if the purpose of the viewing is to see your loved one more time, to be able to feel comfortable with them looking as natural as they did when they were alive. If there's no visitation or viewing to take place, then the permits and the paperwork is then started by the doctor signing a death certificate. The family has to sign an authorization, which is a legal document giving the crematory permission to do the cremation. There are permits that are issued both from the county, a coroner or medical examiner, and then all those papers are then filed with the state of Illinois. Not before all those paperwork are completed can the cremation take place. Once that is all in place, the family, in most cases, are invited that they could be at the crematory to be present when the cremation takes place if they so choose. Otherwise, the cremation would take place, and then the cremated remains would come back to the funeral provider, where the family would then come and take custody and bring them back into their care.
Okay, and could you tell us about the cremation process itself?
Certainly. The cremation process on average takes about 2 to 3 hours. There's a lot of variations that would cause the cremation to take more time or less time. The size of an individual is a big factor in that. However, that does not oftentimes impact the amount of cremated remains that are left at the end of a cremation. Once you are cremated, the end result are your bony fragments. They are put through a process that makes them look like ashes, which is what everybody calls them, is ashes, although they are cremated remains. So once the cremation has been completed, the cremated remains are swept from the crematory chamber, placed under cold temperature refrigeration so that they are manageable. The cremation itself normally takes place in a chamber between 14 and 1600 degrees. So it does take time to cool the cremains, and then the cremated remains would be placed in the urn or the keepsake vessels that the family has chosen.
Excellent.